We officially call this the blizzard of 2013 because of one observation from Falmouth last night. Well, actually three, to be honest with you. It started at about 9:30. We started taking tabs and watching this observation from Falmouth come out. And 3 consecutive hours of winds sustained at 35 or greater. Sustained. We had 46, 38, and 40. And we had the check on all the snow, blowing snow, and the visibility quarter mile or less. It actually went on for 5 hours from Falmouth. So officially, the blizzard of 13 is in the books. Now we're going to see if we break records in Boston. Jeremy, what do you?
Pete, we are tracking that wind, and we are tracking that one last snow band. Here's our timeline here. This 7 o'clock this morning, showing that the deeper shades of blue here down in the South Shore and out toward the Cape of Knowles. That's that plume of heavy snow. Lighter snows continue for several hours back toward Jaffrey and Bristol. In fact, even on the last couple of radar images that Pete was showing you, I noticed that there's one more steady band of snow developing in Worcester County. And that's typically what happens on the backsides of these monstrous storms, where you think, oh, okay, there's the boost. Oh, no, wait a minute, the new one formed over here. Then that moves through. Oh, no, there's one more. So we still have several hours of these pulses of snow that have to work through southern New England up until about the middle part of the day. And then at that time, then we start to notice drying out of the atmosphere and shutting down of the steady snow. There will be lingering flurries well into the afternoon, Boston, Worcester, and probably even into the evening hours before you get rid of the flurries out in the Cape and the Islands. Same with the wind. IS gusting to 47 miles per hour. Boston gusting up near 30 miles per hour. Worcester gusting to 35 miles per hour. And a lot of blowing and drifting of that snow, with wind speeds remaining between 25 and 40 miles per hour for much of the day, especially along the coastline, but even back toward the Worcester Hills, that wind will be an issue up until about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. And of more concern in the short term is the northerly wind and northeasterly wind pushing the water toward the South Shore for this 10 a.m. high tide, because we do think it's going to be moderate to major coastal flooding. Hull, Scituate, Plymouth, Sandwich, focused right here in the South Shore, as well as the Cape Cod Bay. And even Revere and Plum Island likely to be moderate to perhaps major coastal flooding at the 10 a.m. high tide. Adam, Sarah?
All right, Jeremy, Massachusetts did take the brunt of this storm. The other areas in the Northeast also took a beating, though.
And people everywhere are stranded. In Vermont, no flights are getting out of the Burlington International Airport because of the piles of snow and just whiteout conditions. You can barely even see these pictures. The plows, though, they are hard at work trying to clear the runways.
It was a similar scene at New York's LaGuardia Airport, where airline passengers slept on cots in the terminals. No indication of when they might be getting out. More than 2,000 flights have been canceled across New York's 5-city airports. 2,000 flights canceled.
And a state of emergency is in effect in Connecticut, where areas saw nearly 3 feet of snow. Many drivers getting stuck in the high snow, meaning tow truck drivers were in high demand.
We are approaching the 7 o'clock hour. If you're starting your weekend with us, we appreciate it. We'll have coverage for you all throughout the morning and afternoon. Live pictures from Native right now. You can see it's almost whiteout conditions there. Still high winds whipping up that snow that's still falling and the snow that's fallen already. Coverage continues right after this. Good morning, everybody.
It's Empire